stage. What's up, people? Hey, how many of y'all out there know that Donald Trump's son came into town and here to Wichita last week? He got a whopping 350 people with him. I think we got this. Yeah, I think we got this. I think that we got this in November, too. Yeah! You want to know what a blue wave looks like? This is it. Look around and say, we are the wave. There's organizations, groups. There's the DSAs, there's the Sunflower Community Action, there's the Thompson Army, there's unions. All kinds of women for change, marijuana change. We're all united. We've had enough of this. We've had enough of brownback. We're not going to put up with no purple. We're not going to put up with it. We're turning this state blue. And keep it blue. There's people out here running for office. If you're running for office, please raise your hand and yell. We got women, we got men, we got new people. We got 28-year-old women running and winning in New York. That's it. We had to move out of the Orpheum, you know. We're too big. Trying to like put me in a toddler chair. It won't work. Good to see everybody here. Sit down, everybody. We're going to be here for a while. Put the load on. There is one thing we all have in common, and that is we've had enough. We've had enough of this kind of government. We've had enough of people getting separated at the border. We've had enough of everything. We want people to represent us, the working people, the people that are waitresses, the people that are construction workers, the people that run the seats in this place. We're glad to have you out here. Now, we want you to carry this on for James Thompson. I'm a long time, some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm a long time community activist in the Hispanic community here in Wichita. So when rich people, Mexicans that have a truck to sell, when they get in trouble with the immigration or something, they call a lawyer. But the poor people, the poor immigrants, they call me. They call Lupe Macarena. They call us. They say, I ain't got no money, but my mama's in jail. All 5 kids are sitting in the trailer waiting for mama to get out of jail for 2 weeks. So they get a hold of me. So I run to Rhonda Cox. She runs James Thompson's campaign. I say, Rhonda, can you help us? What can you do for us? She said, well, James isn't an immigration lawyer, but let's see. What James say? He didn't come back to me and say, oh, Dennis, well, you know, I'm not an immigration lawyer, but here's the number of somebody down the road. He didn't kick it down the road. He went in there and got that lady out of jail. She's out today, and she's staying out. Usually an immigration bond is $5,000. He got it down to $1,500. That's James Thompson. He shows what he does in the community. He's not blowing his own horn on this. I am. I'm a witness to what he does in the community. So, nosotros la raza estamos con James Thompson. We're with you, James Thompson. There you go. I'm going to turn this over. I think Gail, are you going to come up here? All right, Gail Finney's going to come up. I'll be back out and talk to you here in a little bit. I'm going to introduce one of these people.
at both Kansas State and Wichita State University, please help me welcome the Metropolitan Opera star, Mr. Sam Remy.
Thank you for that beautiful rendition of the I'm here to introduce a lady that I want all of you to please go to YouTube tonight and put on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and see what she's about. She kept me up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching her videos on YouTube. Get informed, know who she is. She's not just another gorgeous Latina. She's got the smart, she's got the goods. I'm so happy to introduce La Leona de Brooklyn, de Bronx, Queens, and Rikers Island, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
No one would care about it in Kansas. In the 5th grade, our class, we had to do state projects. And Miss Whipple assigned me the state of Kansas. And she was tough. You know, New Yorkers have a reputation, but Miss Whipple was tough. And it was, you know, I was nervous about doing this, this project. And I was thinking, and I had to do all of this research, and after reading a lot about wheat as a 10-year-old, I learned, because back then, the people of Kansas were the tipping point for the future of this nation, and today they are again. And I am confident, and I am hopeful in the ability of every person in this room to knock on their neighbor's door. I am confident in your ability to walk your block, to connect with people over the future that we want as a nation, because we want to be a nation that allows improved and expanded Medicare for all. We are a nation that will not stop until every child is born with the opportunity to go to college or trade school free of cost. And we will not rest. We will not rest until every person in this country is paid a living wage to lead a dignified life. People of Kansas don't want those things. They told me that I would not be welcome. But you have proven them wrong. And you will continue to prove them wrong when on November 6th, you elect James Thompson to Congress. Requires of us, just as it was in 1861, what this moment requires of us is for everyday people to do more than they have ever done before to reclaim the soul of this nation. So if you have never knocked on a door before, I am talking to you. If you have never phone banked before or invited your friends over for a phone bank before, I am talking to you. If you have never given $5 to your favorite candidate before, I am talking to you. Because it is in your hands that the future of this nation will be decided. And I am confident that you will. We all know in our hearts what we have to give. We all know in our hearts what we are capable of. We all know if we've got one more door in us, if we have one more conversation, if we can invite some folks to dinner and convince them to vote. We all know what we have inside of us between now and November 6th. And what I am here to do is to ask you to leave it on the field. Leave it all on the field. Leave what you have to give on the field, because this is the defining moment, not just for the state of Kansas, but for this nation. Kansas has delivered before, and it will deliver again this year. And if, as everyday people, we remain steadfast, earnest, and committed to the work of change, if we knock on our neighbor's door, if we listen to their needs, if we respect the rights of others and champion the dignity of our neighbors, then I am confident that what is right is what will win in the United States of America. Work to make it happen. Because that is how we beat big money. That is how we beat corporations. That is how we beat lobbyists. That is how we defeat the forces that profit off of despair in our nation by lighting the candle, holding it, and doing the work of hope. That is what we do. That is how we change. So I'm asking you to hold this candle and to let it burn brightly for the next few months. That is what we must do. And hope is not something that it is found, it is something that is made. Hope is something that is made. We make our own hope. We create hope when we knock on our neighbor's door. We create hope with every conversation because that conversation can never be unhad. Those doors can never be unlocked, and the power will never go away. So the work that you are doing is worthwhile. The work that you are doing every day is worthwhile. And you all are very, very lucky and very blessed to have James Thompson as a candidate. You are blessed to have a man that so truly, authentically, and deeply cares for the needs of working class people and fights for the dignity of his neighbors. We're very lucky. And we're very lucky to have someone brave enough to run in this district too. What it takes. Change takes courage. Change takes guts. Change takes the first 5 people that said, I will choose to believe. That is what change takes. That is what James has, and that is what you have, and that is what you have given the state of Kansas. So, I want to thank you all for having me, for welcoming me into your community, for your hospitality, and for showing that girls from the Bronx are welcome everywhere. And I will tell you that we return the favor, because what you have shown me and what we will show in the Bronx is that working people and Kansans share the same values as working people anywhere else. We can work wherever there is working class people, there is hope for the progressive movement. And because of that, I want to hand it over to the great hope, one of the great hopes of Kansas, James Thompson. Thank you so much.
James Thompson, I'm running for Congress here in Wichita. I'm running for Congress because I want to make sure that I am protecting the things that are important in this country. Protecting our families, protecting our ability to work, protecting our education, and protecting our freedoms in this country. Those things are what our country is built upon. And we've got to have somebody there that's going to protect it, and I plan on doing that in Washington, D.C. For me, jobs and education is one of the big things that we need to be working on, because people of all colors, all races, all religions, they want the basic same things. They want to be able to provide for their family. They want to provide a good education for their kids because they want their kids to go on and have a better life than they did. Taking care of those 2 issues right there, I think, will help solve a lot of the problems that we see in our society. And we've got to get back to this country being about the working class family. I joined the Army in 1990. When I got to Fort Benning in Georgia for infantry training, I got selected to go into the Presidential Honor Guard. For me, it was one of the greatest honors of my life. We paid the last respects to people who had served their country with honor, and we sent them off with honor as well. Respect for veterans, particularly ones that have served in foreign wars, is of utmost importance to me because they're literally laying their lives on the line for our freedom and for our way of life.
So what would you do to support the mission of veterans who come back home after the war?
Well, the first thing we've got to do is remember that if we're going to send people to war, we need to make sure that we're also budgeting for them when they come back. He's a protector, whether it's for his country, whether it's his family, now he's a civil rights attorney.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
As an attorney, what I've done for most of my career is civil rights cases. The Constitution is the overriding document that governs all of us in the United States. I think that that's one of the reasons why I also decided to run for Congress here, because I enjoy helping people and I want to make a difference. You know, I've got an 11-year-old daughter, and I don't want her to grow up in the world that I see forming around her.
When my son got shot, he's the one that came over to my house. He sat with me and explained everything. And he seen me crying, and he actually helped me. We need people like him in Congress that care about people like us. We need to change.
And honesty. I think Jim would make a great congressman because the values that he carries in our family are the values that he would take to Congress. He cares about education, he cares about women's rights, he cares about veterans, and I think that he would bring that to Washington.
I've sworn an oath twice in my life to defend the Constitution, and I see a need today to step forward and defend it because that's the way of life when working class families is under attack, our Constitution is under attack. The things that I learned about discipline and duty and honor are all things that I took very seriously, and I think that we need to remember as a nation.
My name's James Thompson. I'm a Kansas veteran, and I approve this message.
Thank you. Coaches! How about Alexandria? I really didn't want to come out here and speak after that. I was a little scared after that. It's phenomenal. I really do want to thank everybody here, everybody who took off from work to come out and miss the... My wife and daughters have probably suffered more than anybody else because of this. Putting up with late nights, me not being home, not doing dishes, not closing cabinets, all those things that I should be there for and I'm not, and they're making the biggest sacrifice of all. So Lisa, Liberty, thank you so much. All right, everybody, where are my veterans at? Thank you for your service, thank you for continuing to support me, and thank you for everything you've done for this country. Where are my teachers at? Thank you for everything that you do day in and day out to make this country great. You don't get the appreciation you deserve, and thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to every single teacher who puts it all on the line every day. Finally, where are all my union people at? My unions, thank you so much for your support. You are the way that we get our country back. You are the way that we protect our middle class and protect our workers. And thank you for all that you do to make sure that you are a wall between us and the fascists that run this country sometimes. Some of you might have guessed, I am James Thompson. I am a civil rights attorney and a U.S. Army veteran. And I'm running for Congress here in the 4th District of Kansas because we... You're gonna win! with your help, I know I can. I know that we can win with your help. But me standing up on this stage is really kind of an amazing journey for me to get here. Statistics say I shouldn't be here. Statistics say I should probably be in jail somewhere because of the way I grew up. I grew up in poverty. I was homeless at one point. I didn't have a good upbringing. I went to 16 different schools. I had to fight all of the time, literally and figuratively. And it's just part of growing up in poverty. And so when I see people that are struggling, and I talk about it, I'm not talking about it from up on a hill somewhere. I'm talking about it because I know what it's like to struggle to make ends meet, what it's like to have to choose between paying for food for your kids or paying the rent. And obviously we couldn't pay our rent a lot when we were growing up, and that's why we moved around so much. But those things are what allows me, I think, to understand why we've got to change things in this country. Because if basic people... things can't even be achieved by people. We can't have, if people can't get a living wage to support their family, or they can't get medical care, or they can't get an education for their kids, then what the hell is it all for in the first place? When I was homeless, we do work just as hard. We work harder. But you know, it's not even about Republican or Democrat or independent to me. It's about all of us coming together because we're working people trying to make ends meet. When I was homeless and I lived in Florida, I kept this dream of being something someday, of being able to get out of that poverty. And we were washing clothes in a canal and bathing in a canal and fishing for dinner out of a canal because we didn't have anywhere else to go and anywhere else to do it. But I had a dream that someday I could have a normal life, quote normal. And but I knew that things had to change. And so when we moved back to Oklahoma, I became emancipated. I went back to school. I worked full-time going to school and attended school. And still, even though I dropped out of school when we were in Florida so I could support my family, I managed to graduate on time through hard work and because of a teacher who made a difference. Chuck Tweed was a high school teacher of mine who recognized that there was something in me, I guess, that was worth saving. And he convinced me and made me realize that to get out of poverty, I had to get educated. And he instilled that in me and kept me on a somewhat straight and narrow. And we were able to get me through high school, graduate on time with my class. I'm proud to have a couple of my high school friends in here somewhere. I'm not sure where they're at, but it's kind of crazy. But I knew I had to pay for it some way, so I went in the military. Because the military for me was the way out of that poverty. It was a way to pay for college. It was a way to escape the abuse and the drugs that surrounded me where I grew up. It was a way to make things change. And I'm so thankful that we had that opportunity, or that I had that opportunity to go in the military, because I learned things about discipline and honor and courage and standing up for what you believe in and fighting for what you believe in, regardless of what somebody else is telling you. The other wonderful thing about the military, though, and every veteran in here I'm sure will agree with me, is that you learn to work together with people from all walks of life, all colors, all religions, all beliefs. You learn to work together to accomplish this. So when we talk about running for Congress here, I'm asking everybody to come together. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. I don't care who you voted for in 2016. What I'm asking for you to do is to vote for me and to believe in me and to come together so that we can make a difference in this state. past week has been really amazing, actually. We've had all kinds of political pundits and hacks from around the country that have been sounding off about what they think Kansas is. Most of them don't know squat. The Kansas I know is full of people on both sides of the aisle that love each other, that will take the shirt off their back to help you out, that stand up and are good, solid people. And that is what Kansas is to me. So when people want to say that this is Trump country, I say hell no. They tell me, well, you should be more centrist. You should try to basically be a Republican light. Well, I'm not Republican light. If our state wanted Republican light, then we would have elected somebody in the past 20 years as a Democrat here. But I looked at what we've been doing in our district, and that doesn't work. If a centrist message would have worked, and Hillary Clinton would have won here in 2016. We win not by trying to label each other. We win by coming together and talking about the things that mean something to all of us. Those basic needs. A livable wage. A $15 wage minimum for our people. Stand up for what's not just morally right, but financially right, and Medicare for all. I've seen too many of my relatives that have died because they didn't have preventative health care and they had cancer or other diseases, and I'll be damned if I'm going to allow that anymore once I get to Congress. When we get to Congress, we will get Medicare for all. Somebody that graduated from law school with $120,000 in school debt, I know what that burden is like for our students. Coming out of school with a mortgage already and then trying to buy a home or raise a family is extremely, extremely hard, and it puts people into... it's impossible. There you go. You can't get ahead. Become slaves to the grind out there. We can't have that. We need to do something better for the people. We need to stop running around trying to be something we're not. We need to actually listen to the people that we're representing. When we talk about raising money for our state, here's an idea: legalize marijuana. You want to stand up and do what's right? How about you stand up for our veterans? Our veterans are dying at the rate of 22 a day from PTSD and not getting the care that they deserve because we have a Congress that fails to do its damn job, and it's time for that to stop. I want all of you to make sure that you go out and do the things that Alexandria was talking about, that you get out and that you're canvassing. It's through you that we're going to win this. I'm just a figurehead. You are the way that we flip this district. You are the ones that can make the changes that you want. You are the ones that have the power in this country. It's not with the Koch brothers. It's not with the big corporations. It comes from the voting booth. Medicare for all, that we do get a $15 minimum wage, that we do get education for our citizens, that we have the ability to stand up and have the life that America has promised. We can be everything that America should be, but it takes hard work. I've been busting my backside for the last year and a half, making sure I got out to every rural county and making sure I'm talking to everybody that I can, because I know that the congressman that's in office right now sure as hell won't do it. I hope you're looking at this crowd and are quaking in your boots. Because we're coming for you. And I will ask you, yet again, Ron Estes, will you agree to 17 debates, one in each county in this district, or are you going to continue to hide? Very simple, Don. Show up or shut up. Will everybody here stand with me in 2018? Will everybody here back to me in 2018? Now, you vote on August 7th. I'm asking for you to go out and make a difference in this state. Who are you going to vote for in 2018? I love it. All right, let's get to work.
Part of the mainstream conversation. Now the reason that I am here, and I know that Alexandria is here, is because many of the media pundits, they have divided this country up between so-called blue states and so-called Bronx and Kansas cannot afford child care, cannot afford health care, cannot afford prescription drugs, cannot afford to send their kids to college. And our message today is that we are going to create a government which represents all of us, not just wealthy campaign materials. But it is not only a rigged economy in which the rich are getting much richer while most people struggle. It is a corrupt campaign finance system. The American people from in Kansas. We love you, Bernie! I love you too. And the reason that I am excited to be here is we are going to show the world with James's victory. That whether you live in Vermont or the Bronx or Kansas, we share common hopes and aspirations that are much greater than the superficial differences that may separate us. that to transform this country politically and economically. And that is why we are going to expose Donald Trump for the pathological liar. He can't even tell the truth about what country his father was born in. During the campaign, Trump said, "I am a different type of Republican. I am not going to cut Social Security or Medicare or Medicaid." That is what he said to the people of Kansas and the people of Vermont, and he lied. A few months ago, he brought forth a budget which called for $1 trillion cut to Medicaid, $500 billion cut to Medicare, and tens of billions of dollars in cuts to the Social Security Disability Insurance Fund. During the campaign, Trump said that we're going to pass tax reform that are not going to benefit the wealthy, just working families. Well, he lied again. 83% of the benefits of his tax program over a 10-year period are going to go to the top 1%, and that tax bill is going to increase the deficit by well over $1 trillion. So we say to Donald Trump and Paul Ryan and the Republican leadership, don't think for a minute that you are going to give tax breaks to billionaires and then cut back and cut Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and education. Ain't gonna happen. You know, a few weeks ago, when Trump's immigration policies resulted in little children being torn from the arms of their mothers, Trump said that is a sign of his strength. And we say to the president, that is not a sign of strength, that is a sign of moral weakness. And we say to Trump, instead of showing us your strength by tearing children from their families, where was your strength in standing up to Putin and Russia? How courageous he is to tear children from their families. How cowardly he is to stand up to people who are trying to undermine not only American democracy, but other aspects of our lives. Now, the very good news, and I see it here in Wichita today, the good news is that all over this country, from coast to coast, people are standing up, fighting back not only against Trump, but for an agenda that works for the working families of this country. We have seen teachers get out of their classroom, go on strike to demand decent education for their kids. We have seen young people, led by those brave kids from Parkland High School in Florida, who suffered such a tragic experience, but they didn't get depressed, they didn't give up, they fought back for sensible gun safety legislation, and that is happening all over the country. We have seen low-income workers in the fast food industry and elsewhere stand up and tell the country they cannot make it on a starvation minimum wage of $7.25 an hour. We've got to raise that minimum wage to $15 an hour. And that is precisely what is happening all over this country. States, communities raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. When we talk about wages, we all know that it is not acceptable that women earn 80 cents on the dollar compared to men. And by the way, we happen to believe that it is a woman, not the government, who has a right to control all. James touched on it, Alexandria touched on it. Everybody here knows we live in a very competitive global economy. And that for our young people to secure the good paying jobs that are out there, they need a higher education. And that is why, once again, what we are seeing now from coast to coast are cities, states moving in the direction of making public colleges and universities tuition free. And substantially lowering the oppressive burden of student debt carried by millions of Americans. Political opponents, they'll tell us, well, that's a great idea, Bernie, but, it's going to cost a lot of money. And they're right. These proposals are expensive. But we say to them, making higher education available to all Americans, regardless of incomes, is a hell of a lot better investment than giving tax breaks to billionaires. Industrialized world, 50 miles away from where I live in Burlington, Vermont, all over the industrialized world, countries understand that health care is a right, not a privilege. All over the world, people understand that what goes on in America Obamacare is totally crazy. Can you imagine 1 out of 5 patients in this country cannot afford the prescription drugs their doctors prescribe? That is why, whether Trump likes it or not, we are going to take on the drug companies and their greed. And that is why, with allies like Alexandria and James in the Congress, we are going to pass a Medicare for all. And please understand that this idea of Medicare for all, this is not a radical idea. The last poll that I saw a month or 2 ago has 63% of the American people supporting Medicare for all. Brothers and sisters, you have an extraordinary opportunity to send a message to Washington that will be heard all over this country. And that message is that in a so-called conservative state, the people in Kansas demand a government that works for them, not just the Kochs. But for James to win, he is going to need your help. Now, I'm told that there are some 3,000 people here this afternoon. If each of you does nothing more than reach out to your family, to your friends, to your co-workers, and bring in 3 people who otherwise would not have voted, that is 9,000 more votes for James Thompson. James is also going to need your help in knocking on doors and doing social media and getting on the telephone. Brothers and sisters, this country is in the midst of a political revolution. People are tired of the status quo, and they are tired of government policy which only benefits the 1%. Let us stand together here in Kansas, in Vermont, and in the Bronx. Let us transform our economic and political system. Let us elect James Thompson to the Congress. Should have put more resources into that election. But it is also true that he ran 20 points better than the Democratic candidate for president did in Kansas.
James Thompson announced his candidacy this afternoon.
For me, the things I'm wanting to work on are jobs, education, and we need to take care of the veterans.
We can flip this district blue for the first time in 23 years. Send a message that's going to shock this earth. More than 6,000 individual donations in our campaign. That is more donations than any single candidate for Congress in the 4th District has ever received.
graduate, and a Broadway Tony nominee, and a Sir Laurence Olivier Award winner. May I have to the floor, to the stage, Dr. Carla Burns.
When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic way. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found. From your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble smells like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't I?
On behalf of everybody that's up here on this stage, thank you. You guys are what makes it happen. I want to start, they said that lead off with some chants, you know, to end up with some chants. And so, what do we do when Kansas families are under attack? Somebody heard that before, evidently. Let's say it again. When Kansas families are under attack, what do we do? When Kansas labor is under attack, what do we do? When Kansas teachers are under attack, what do we do? When our communities are under attack, what do we do? And that's what we're going to do from here on out. We're going to stand up. We're going to fight back. We're not going to take it anymore. We've had enough of this. Thank you for coming so much. I want to thank Casey,
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jen Cole, and I'm here on Rebel HQ's Facebook page. We're going to go talk to some people and find out kind of what they thought about what Bernie and what Alexandria and what James had to say today. So let's go find some people to talk to this afternoon. So I hope that you guys all enjoyed today's feed. I know we had a little bit of choppiness here and there. We had a lot of people show up today, and so we had a lot of people also trying to live stream. So big broadband thing. So we're going to stop and chat with somebody. Hi there, I'm Jen Cole, and we are on Rebel HQ's Facebook page. I was just wondering, do you have any takeaways that you got from today's presentation?
I'm really excited actually to hear that James is going to be fighting for veterans.
Yes.
Like my husband's a veteran, my first husband's a veteran, my grandparents, all sorts of people in my life are veterans. So I'm so excited that he's going to go to Congress and he's going to get them help.
Yeah, me too. That is very, very powerful. My husband is also a veteran, and so it's very exciting to hear that things are going to be changing and for the better. So it's very, very exciting.
I know. I'm so excited.
Me too. Well, thank you so much. And may you want to say your name?
My name is Deidre Sigley.
It's nice to meet you, Deidre. I'm Jen, and I will see you around, and let's see what we can make happen.
Yes. Vote for James Thompson.
That's right. All right, let's go find some other people to talk to. Thanks again so much. Wow, there was quite a crowd. So we had like 3,000 people show up here today for this rally, and it was a very, very exciting time. Hi, my name is Jen, and I'm on the Rebel HQ Facebook page, and I just wanted to find out if you have any takeaways or what your favorite thing that was said today that you would like to share.
All of it. It was just very exciting, and I was privileged to be here.
Absolutely.
Jen is awesome. Bernie is who we need.
Yes,
and Ms. Cortez really surprised me.
She did an amazing job, didn't she?
Yes,
she did wonderful. Awesome.
So, what a privilege. And I understand now, Mr. Sanders and Ms. Cortez, as hardworking as they are heading up the interstate to do the same thing up at Oval and Park.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, that's very, very exciting. So Kansas City crowd. That's
so a lot of people were up there waiting for that as well.
Right.
But we got first goods, and they'll get the last show, so it's all good.
It's all good. It's all for good things happening across our country. Always. Well, thank you again so much. Did you want to say your name one more time?
I'm Lacey Murphy. I'm a House District candidate.
Awesome. Wonderful.
Not here, but in the state.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we're so glad that you're here with us today. Thank you so much.
Bless you.
It's nice to meet you. All right, guys, we still have quite a crowd here. I'll talk to a couple of more people, but it looks like we have a lot of people here that are just really excited for change and really excited to hear the amazing things that have been said today. See if we can catch some people maybe outside, so maybe the audio will be a little bit better. Tell me, are you guys able to hear me when I speak and when the people that I'm interviewing when they speak? I would like to know if you guys are hearing us okay. It's kind of a loud, crowded space here, which is a good thing, right? It's very, very exciting. So a lot of people here, very excited vibe here in Wichita, Kansas. So let's see if we can find another individual that would be willing to talk with us. Hi, sir. I'm on the Rebel HQ Facebook page, and I was wondering if you would mind just for a second saying anything that you are excited about after today's rally.
Excited about?
Yeah.
I'm excited for the chance to tell people that the government that's in power right now isn't what represents the people of Kansas.
Right.
I can't wait for November, and I can't wait to get the country back from the awful stuff that's happening. So.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, you heard it, guys. Absolutely. I'm so glad that you can hear me. Thank you for answering that. We'll find another person, and then I'm going to let you guys go and go make sure you hit the polls, make sure that you vote, make sure that you do everything that you can to make change in our country. So we'll go find one more person. Who's the lucky person? What a crowd we have. There are a lot of fun people. That's the one thing that I really love about Kansas is we're really friendly here. So let's see what we can find. Hi, do you mind for just a second? We're on the Rebel HQ Facebook page, and we would kind of like to hear a little bit about what people took away from today's event. So do you guys mind just giving a couple of things? You don't want to say anything? Well, thank you anyway. To each their own. That is fine. That is fine. Thank you guys anyway. Sometimes that happens. It's all right. All right. Well, we'll find some more people though, for sure, right? All righty.
fine. You can't come back in.
Oh, I'm on the Facebook Live for this. Sorry.
No, it's still excellent.
My backpack is in here. I'm working the event.
You need to have a staff badge. You don't have a staff badge.
I'm on Facebook Live for the event.
I understand that, but we can't let you back in after you leave. You can't come back in.
I haven't. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta let you go. I gotta go back in and get my stuff.